Greeting Dr. Saman. We are from assignment group 9. We have 6 members. I'm Wong Jia Ming, the group leaders, and we have Yang Bing, Zhang Chenyu, Junwei, Wentao, and Liyang. Now I briefly explain what is the procurement in constructions. Procurement in construction is a key process throughout a project life cycle, starting from planning until project completion. For these assignments, we only focus 3 procurement methods, which consist of traditional methods, design and build methods, and management contracting methods. Now I'll talk about the role and responsibility and communication channels under different procurement methods. Firstly, the traditional methods, also known as the design, buy, and build methods. It is one of most widely used methods. The client first appoint consultant to complete the full designs and including the drawings and BQs. After the design is finishes, contractors are invited to tenders and the contract is usually awarded to the lowest compliant bidders. Communication mainly flow through the architect or consultant teams. Secondly, the design and build methods offer an integrated approach where one contractor is responsible for both design and construction. The client provide a set of project requirement instead of detailed design. The design and construction often overlaps, which reduce the project duration. This method gives the client a single point of responsibility, but less direct control over the detailed designs. Lastly, the management contracting method involves management contracting contractors who oversee and coordinate the construction project rather than carry out the work directly. Specialist contractor from the construction work, while the managing contractor focus on planning, coordinating, cost control, and communication with the design team. Next, Yang Bing.
Okay. My name is Yan Bing. I will talk about how contract arrangement influence cooperation, conflict, and decision-making under different procurement methods. Under the traditional procurement method, the client maintains square construction relationship with the designer and the contractor, while the schedules clearly define professional responsibility. It limits collaboration and information sharing because the contractor is appointed after design is largely completed. Construction ability in build is provided late. Conflicts frequently arise during the transition from design to construction due to design abuse, unforeseen site conditions, or change in scope. This issue often results in variation orders, delay, rework, and additional DPO-related costs. In the design and build procurement methods, a single entity is responsible for both design and construction. This contractual integrate improved collaboration and allow faster decision-making regarding design development, buildability, and construction scrapping. Design and generally reduce once a fixed price contract is established. However, conflict often occur at the early stage if the employer's requirement or performance specific or are unclear, which can lead to scope dispute and costly variations. With management contracting, a management constructor is appointed to plan, coordinate, and manage multiple work package and subcontractors. Early contractors' involvement support improved planning and constructability. However, the process of numerous subcontractors increase coordination complexity, if not efficiently management. Issues such as overlapping scopes, late design change, and scrapping conflicts can escape time and cost. Cost certainty is also lower as the final project cost developed as work package and or awarded. Thank you.
Chenyu.
Hello, I'm Zhang Chenyu. Now I will talk about cost planning, budgeting, and cash flow management and different procurement methods. Cost planning and the traditional procurement method is highly detailed because the design is fully completed before tendering. This allows a bill of quantities to be prepared, providing a high level of price certainty before construction begins. Based on this fixed price, the client can establish a clear project budget. Cash flow typically follows a standard S-curve, enabling professionals to forecast payments based on monthly construction progress. However, deviations between design and construction are common. Design changes after contract award often lead to variations, cost overruns, and disruption to the original budget. In the design and build procurement methods, a lump sum contract is commonly used, with the contractor responsible for both design and construction costs. This allows the clients to achieve early budget certainty. Cash flow is usually linked to key milestones rather than monthly progress payments, transferring greater financial responsibility to the contractor. However, a potential contractual issue is that contractors will reduce quality standards to protect profit and margins within the fixed price, which can increase the project's life cycle cost. The management contracting procurement method differs significantly as the total project cost is not fixed at the outside. Costs are progressively determined as individual subcontractor packages are tendered. Cash flow is therefore more dynamic and difficult to predict, requiring the client to pay both construction costs and management fees without mechanisms such as a guaranteed maximum price. Most financial risks remain with the client, increase the likelihood of budget overruns. Okay, thank you.
Junwei.
I'm Junwei. Now I will talk about risk allocation, claims, and impacts on project cost certainty under different procurement methods. Following the cost planning analysis, I will examine management uncertainty and risk allocation. Managing uncertainty is critical because project complexity and external volatility, such as inflation and regulations, often destabilize the baseline for lifecycle cost modeling. Consequently, the solution requires strategic risk allocation via the appropriate procurement system. The core principle of risk allocation depends on when the design is defined relative to construction. Under the traditional method, the design is complete before construction. Therefore, the client retains the design risk, including any errors in geometry or spatial agreements. In contrast, design and build function as a single point of responsibility. The contractor absorbs the risk and typically incorporates a risk premium into the tender. Management contracting involves the overlapping phase to achieve flexibility. However, this means the client accept a high financial exposure as the design is not fixed at the outside. This allocation procurements directly influence the financial impacts of claims. The traditional method often results in high claims. Design errors typically tender variation orders, which increase costs for claims. Conversely, design and build is associated with low claims. Since the contractor is responsible for the design, they must rectify errors at their own expense. Management contracting leads to the time-based claims. Any project delay inevitably increases the management fees, creating investable cost growth. Finally, regarding cost uncertainty for LCC forecasting, we have ranked the option. Design and build is the preferred option. The utilization of a lump sum contract ensures the agreed price is the final price, providing the stable baseline required for accurate forecasting. Traditional procurement is secondary. It offers only Pareto certainty, while the bill of quantities provides a basis variation will change the final contract sum. Management contracting is least preferred. Due to its cost reimbursable nature, there is no flex limited at the start. This high uncertainty makes it impossible to forecast the life cycle cost accurately.
Okay, I'm Wentao. Now I will talk about the effects of design decision of construction costs under different procurement systems. Firstly, design complexity directly affects material quantities and facility costs. Complex building shapes increase surface and construction. In the traditional method, design is complete before countermeasure. If costs exceed the budget and tender cited, redesign causes delays and extra expense in construct, design, and build allows early contractor involvement in building value engineering to simplify complex designs, while still meeting performance requirements. Management contracting provides early input from specialist constructors to improve constructability by final costs remain less certain. Secondly, materially, specification and quantity involve balancing initial costs with long-term life cycle value. In the traditional method, rigid specifications can lead to variations and delays if materials become unavailable. Design and build gives contractors flexibility to select materials that meet performance requirements, but this may encourage the use of cheaper materials. Management contracting offers transparency though reimbursable cost, but less protection against the price inflation. Currently, industry protests increasingly considers life cycle cost, sustainability, and end-of-life value when selecting materials. Finally, buildability affects production and cost. In traditional procurement, limited contractor input during design often leads inefficient of difficult-to-build designs. Design and build improves buildability by integrating design and construction, encouraging standardization. Management contractor allows early design reviews focused on ease of construction. Modern detail tools such as clash detection further improve buildability and cost certainty. Okay, Liyang.
Okay. So I'm Liyang. Now I will talk about value engineering and cost effects on the different procurement rules. In the traditional procurement method, value engineers usually cost during the contraction stage and relies heavily on the contractor to propose cost saving. During the limited contraction during design, changes often lead to polemics and disputes also. Upfront costs to and traditional parent. Change management costs can account for 5% to 50% of the total project cost, making for life cycle cost control relatively weak. In the design and build method, value engineering integrates and throughout the project, especially during the design phase. Early apprentices reduce the risk and didn't change during construction and improve overall cost control, while until construction price may be slightly higher. Change costs are significantly lower, results in overall significantly lower, results in life cycle cost saving of around 10% to 50%. Overall, clients must early define performance and requirements to avoid disputes. In management contracting, value engineering focuses on supply chain integration such as package and work package optimization. Although this method shortens contraction time and results better costs, it involves additional management views and higher contraction effect. It is therefore more still able for large or complex projects. Okay, I'm finished.
So a major contemporary issue in construction contract management is the sharp rise in the material price caused by the global tariff increase. In 2025, United States imposed tariff on essential construction materials such as steel and aluminum, which is increased by around 25% to 30%, significantly impacting the construction cost. This situation has placed a heavy financial pressure on contractors, particularly those working under fixed price contract, which do not allow for sudden material price increase. As a result, many contractors face cash flow problems, their profitability is reduced, and in extreme cases, project suspension or abandonment can be happens. These financial stress often damage stakeholder relationships and lead to contractor dispute over responsibility for post-escalation. In response to this, designer and contractor are shifting their focus from purely aesthetic design towards the buildability and affordability. They use the alternative material and construction methods such as prefabricated and modular construction. And this can reduce the reliance on labors and subsequently reduce the labor costs and defective workmanships. To manage such risks, flexible contract arrangements are recommended. For example, price escalation clause that allow project budget to be adjusted in response to the market change. In conclusions, it is important to choose and having the right procurement strategy. and is essential for delivery efficient and sustainable construction project in the future. Thank you very much. That's all for us.